Before she was called Queen of the Sea, Yemanja was something else. A mother torn from her homeland, reshaped by the trauma of the African diaspora, and transformed by the terror of the ocean and the despair of an entire people. The forced crossing of the Atlantic, the greatest human tragedy ever recorded, destroyed cultures, families, and histories. And in the midst of that chaos, Yemanja changed forever. Enslaved Africans looked at the Great Kalunga, the vast sea, as an abyss of death. But the collective psyche did something brilliant. It turned terror into protection. The ocean stopped being only a tomb. It became the mother's domain, and that is how the Yemanja known in Brazil was born, the divinity who receives, comforts, and transforms pain. From river to sea, the transformation. No one talks about before the crossing, Yemanja wasn't queen of the sea. Her realm was the freshwater river Ogun, in the IPY territory. Calm waters, defined margins, stability. But in Brazil, something brutal and inevitable happened. Yemanja had to grow, to take more, to claim the ocean. She absorbs the force of Olokun, the deep ocean divinity, mysterious and feared. The river mother merges with the abyss. That is why the Brazilian Yemanja is so complex. Half nurturing, half infinite. The name that reveals everything. Her name carries more than poetry. It carries theology. Iya means mother. Ija means fish. But it's not a gentle metaphor. Fish symbolize fertility, abundance, and life in uncountable forms. By being named this way, Yemanja doesn't become the mother of a few. She becomes the mother of all life. Science reinforces the myth. Life began in the water. The Yoruba already knew this, not as science, but as ancestral truth. Yemanja is the liquid womb of the world, the guardian of the head, mother of sanity. This is the part almost no one explains. For the Yoruba, the Ori, the spiritual head, is more important than any Orisa. And who calms the Ori? Who protects the mind? Who quiets emotional storms? Yemanja. She is the lady of internal waters, the force that soothes anguish, confusion, and fear. The energy that aligns mind, emotion, and destiny. Before connecting with any other Oriksa, one must be at peace with her. She prepares the house. Yemanja is not just the mother of the sea. She is the mother of clarity, the mirror, a portal between worlds. No symbol of hers is as misunderstood as the abebe, the mirror. Western eyes see vanity. They're wrong. In Yoruba cosmology, the water's surface separates two worlds. Aye, the physical. Orun, the spiritual. When Yemanja holds the mirror, she manipulates that boundary. She can show inner truth or glimpses of the unseen. The mirror is not decoration. It is a portal, a confrontation, a demand for introspection. And no one escapes Yemanja's reflection. The escape, the tears, and the sea, her mythic origin. Versions differ, but the core remains: pain, humiliation, escape, transformation. In every version, Yemanja suffers a deep emotional wound, from sons, from a husband, or both. Her response is always the same. She runs, breaks, dissolves limits. Her fall, her tears, or the sacred vessel she carried transform into a river that flows to the ocean. The sea becomes her new body, her new home, her destiny. Yemanja transforms so no one else has to endure what she endured. The Yemanja Brazil created. The popular version. The African Yemanja is a woman with strong features, full hips, powerful presence, a symbol of life and fertility. In Brazil, especially from the 20th century onward, she undergoes a predictable process: visual whitening, European features, blue dresses, aesthetic resemblance to the Virgin Mary. This transformation doesn't erase her origin. It shows how a culture survives under pressure. The Yemanja most people know is the result of resistance, not replacement. Abe Okuta, stone, water, and survival. When the Oyo Empire collapsed, the Egba people were hunted and forced to flee. As refugees, they found shelter in the massive Olumo rock, the stone that protected them from annihilation. But a fortress alone isn't enough. They needed sustenance. The water of Yemanja, through the Ogun River, fed, healed, and sustained the newborn city. Abeokuta doesn't exist without the union of stone and water. Without her, Yemanja is not only a mother, she is survival, she is resilience, she is the beginning after the end. Her power today. Today, Yemanja represents emotional healing, new beginnings, protection of homes and families, comfort for the wounded, ancestral feminine strength, mental balance, crossing life's deepest waters. Even those who don't worship participate, jump 7 waves, offer flowers, whisper silent requests. Culture knows what the soul knows. You cannot live without water, nor survive without a mother. Conclusion. Yemanja was born from a river, died in myth, rose through the ocean, and became the mother who embraces an entire nation. A divinity that crossed worlds, a mother who turned pain into power, a force that teaches one truth: even in the deepest waters, no one is alone. This was another episode of I Present to You. Until the next dive.